he could have been a Bloodseeker. Like, that's something that you hate playing against as Pango.
I don't know why my internet just
Beastmaster
died.
stocks are rising again. I don't know if Snare is Roboto again, but I feel like you're still here. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Just listening, bro. I'm absorbing wisdom from you. That's what's happening, you know. NAVI Jr., like you said, already banned out the Grimstroke. Seeker could come out. We have Bloodseeker look so hot recently. He's finally beneath a 50% win rate. So teams are shying away from him a little bit. But I guess
it's pace still like incredibly beep boopy.
We have seen exactly what Juicy.
But I'm also having internet issues, so I don't know.
Game 2 to CA, so that sends to suggest he wants to play a bit more active on the map.
Yeah, you can. I understood every single thing you said, Snare. Thank you very much again. With the Roboto voice, like, I'm getting really proficient with that. Yeah, they can be very active if they picked a Beastmaster. I believe that's exactly what you said. And now Team Sexy, it's on them to pick it, get that big boy in. He actually did really well. It was Nefrit playing it in that game 1. His beast was pretty solid. He won the lane. He got everything necessary. They just couldn't play around him that well. Darkseer, on the other hand, even though he got stomped in the lane, more or less, he didn't get stomped. He did get handled in the lane. He did way more later on. So maybe that's something that Team Sexy can pick again. Like, they have the same combo, the Monkey King Ancient Apparition. Follow that up with some Darkseer and...
Yeah, let's see, what do we have?
No control for Pango, which is a big issue in my opinion, but...
well, the Monkey Pulse 4 was not that bad. They can always flex it to safe lane still. Ways.
And you're Navi right now. I'm not sure, like, I'm looking at the Lion and Pango, and I'm thinking there are different ways to approach this second phase of drafting. You already have the Lion kind of for Ember and for Catch, so that is settled. Like, you can snatch one of these offlaners away from Team Sexy. Like, you can actually pick something like a Lycan or a Beast when you see the AA and Monkey. They don't really do a lot to you. But the control is there. It comes down to like objective taking capabilities now if you're Navi. Or if you have some big ass strategy on what carry you want on your side, like, you can go for that as well. Let's see, so far Team Sexy, they banned out the TB when it comes to the carries.
How was your day? It was okay. I went to the gym with my mom. Stuff. It was the first time in like a month that I went to the gym.
In previous series, like some...
I think I will be sore for the next couple of days.
That is. Some good PAs, some good TAs.
I miss going to the
all
gym.
All the grills on that
and,
safe
rest,
lane
yeah, just chilling.
Have done all right
just
in their hands. Damn, they're really taking their time for this second stage pickup. Still think like
Lizard's struggling right now because Snare's not there.
You stack up for him. You have a much easier game. Instead, they go with the Doom. Okay, so even more control. Doesn't this bait Team Sexy into putting Monkey as a carry, actually? Like, I see this Doom, and I wouldn't mind putting Monkey as a carry anymore.
Doom can easily be a +4.
Pretty damn good. Now with the Bat, though, it might be...
Dude, they have like
not
3 different possible offlanes.
Like, Bat can actually make his life a little bit more difficult.
I assume it's a Bat 4.
Yeah, so this should be your offlane combo, right?
Yeah.
Like, we have this Bat and
with
Doom
on the offlane.
With the Lion +1 safe and Pango mid.
Honestly, you can flex it between the two. Who's going to be offlane?
Yeah, we'll see how Team Sexy actually responds to that. Because Bat...
AA and Monkey can't do shit against Bat
and just spams
Doom running them down with the Scorched Earth and
don't necessarily do
Firefly
well against him. You do.
Bat mid's still good.
Really nicely, Snare.
Yes, but it's... I mean, Pangolier offlane's not good, so they'll go Pango mid. You can still run it, of course. Against like a good Ember can beat a Bat.
You're a real person.
But a bad Ember is dead.
I was talking to a ghost then. Welcome back, man.
It should normally favor the Bat.
I had an Aegis waiting for me. Came back with it. We're back in the game. So let's see.
And he's gone.
Something we haven't seen that much Doom come out. Doom's in general. Team Sexy, I guess sticking with the support duo. Like, is this Monkey King support?
I think so, yeah, probably. Especially now with the Sven picked up, I think it should be like some Sven A lane. There is a chance to put the Monkey on carry role versus the Doom, right? Like it wouldn't be that bad. Like Bat might be a bit of a problem, but I'm not sure. Like they picked up a Sven. Both of them are kind of the same. I think that maybe Monkey is even better, in my opinion, in this particular lane. And later on, like if you go for the Battlefield, you're kind of you'll be able to do the same thing that Sven accomplishes, but maybe even better. So yeah, interesting why they picked the Sven. What do you think that is? Like maybe just player preference.
Preference. It could also be they wanted the character, wanted the fight about being doomed. So by the time Sven arrives, he already has God Strength and Warcry going. You know, maybe his BKB is already. You'll be lucky if you get off like a blink into the Stormhammer, but actually just like, well, do me, I can still fight. And because I buy BKB so early, I'm not as scared of Pango. Maybe somebody on the team buy Lotus or something to help me against the Bat Rider. But I guess my primary rationale is just I hear much about being doomed later on in the game.
Yeah. I still hear you, Snare. I can understand.
Here
you're
is
bit
a
now, but I
bit
still
of a
can
stretch.
understand everything you're saying. When it comes to like Sven, I think the bans from Navi Junior kind of give it away why he's also such a juicy pick because of the darks here, right? Like imagine having some vacuum with Stormhammer, with A ulti, Frost Blast, like Ice Blast. That's pretty damn strong. That's a kind of very scary. You need BKBs as soon as possible, and even with the BKBs, Sven's gonna cleave through you. Yeah, but if Team Sexy wanted to do that, they could have picked Darkseer.
Sven is always nice though,
leave a carry
but
for last. As Monkey was a good carry too. They had options.
so Razor offlane, Monkey 4.
I've always wanted to be a giant
Sven and A is
Very
actually not a
interesting,
bad
like,
lane because you can
it was maybe an option for Navi.
throw
to
the
pick.
cold
Like,
feet
they
plus
could have had a position
Sven's
one
stun.
Razor too. But then they wouldn't really scale that
Even though
far
A is
into
kind
late.
of a shit hero anyway. So.
I'm not sure. Like maybe some Slark on Navi, even though maybe Slark wouldn't be the best in the lane versus Razor. You can have some ranged cores into the Razor that can deal with Sven later on, pew him down, but.
What
they
are you
did
looking
cover
for
all of their
then?
bases a little bit with this
Drow?
pick.
Nah,
Like,
not
whatever
really.
Navi gets, Razor is going to be
I mean,
able
Drow
to
is actually not
dominate
that
in the
bad,
lane. I feel like if it's
but-
melee. And then if you get a different type that's not melee,
Yeah,
that
they're
can
gonna
deal
go
with Razor, Sven can deal with it. Yeah, Slark was probably the best call.
Slark
they
against
have
A
some
is very
AoE
scary
stuns,
though.
Some AoE damage.
Arc Warden? No one plays
But,
Arc Warden anymore. Which is
Yeah,
weird
but,
because I really do
Slark
think
still
that.
seems
Well, no, actually
very
they
good,
did
like,
just
probably
nerf
the
Arc
best
Warden.
out of all the options that were left in the pool remaining, and he's still in the meta. Not sure if Mr. Snare is with me, but yeah, you're not robotic for me, but when it comes to like these two drafts, I'm not sure how I feel. I feel that we might have a very even game. A lot of catch on Navi Junior, like a better carry
Game
to carry
3
matchup, I would say.
DK?
Like
I'm
Slark
gonna go Team
feels
Sexy. I think
better
they're
in
stronger.
this matchup versus Sven. It kind of always have felt that way. I think Slark is pretty.
I think the
strong at
drafts
the
are
moment
pretty
too,
close to each
it's
other,
all
but I
the
think in
ancient
general
stacking.
Team
Like, if
Sexy
Team
is
Sexy
just a
can
stronger
get this
team.
Sven online. Like you have this Sven AA combo in the lane as well. Like it could be rough. Kind of depends also on Nefrit and 9 class how they play the lane. Like if Razor is able to, if they're able to kind of block the Slark a couple of times when he tries to pounce away and slow his farm progression, and then Sven gets a lot of stacks. Like right in that scenario, I can see Team Sexy taking the early mid game and just shutting down the game. But honestly, I feel Navi is a little bit better when it comes to just playing the map and getting what they need out of it. So the way I see it, Navi takes this game late. You have some crazy Doom with Bat Rider. There's way too much control, and Slark is just really strong when it comes to just the matchups, like carry to carry matchups. And I think we should jump into the game in a couple of seconds now, as it is starting. So all my BS
Blizzard
aside
is
there,
really
like,
on the struggle bus.
we'll finally see what's gonna happen.
He's like, please.
Yeah, just keep my biceps on the screen. That's it. Like,
Please, cameraman. I'm stuck.
30 seconds to battle.
you are. I'll still continue casting alone. It's fine. PMA, man. PMA, just like Doom. It's all fine. You'll
So
you'll
it's
get
offlane
there.
Doom.
There's
Wait.
a full smoke.
Yes, it's offlane Doom.
My team sexy. I just hate these full smokes. I'm like every team
Actually, I
that does
guess
it. They're
this
like,
does not
yeah,
seem
we're,
like the best
we're
Bango
so
game. Bango's not that great
thirsty
this
for a
patch.
win. We need to
And
smoke
Navi's
up. We need to
Navi's good
get
single
that first
target
blood.
isn't as good
I
versus
love when I see a
Razor
team that
plus
full
Sven.
smokes
Yeah,
loses the
they
game,
have
but of
multiple
course,
ways to
absolutely no
screw it.
biases
Like
here.
you can, they have AoE control spells with the Boundless
Nah,
Strike, the
no
Sven
biases,
Stun,
but
the
for
Ice
Mirage,
Blast.
this is
They
probably
kind
the
of make
best
it
way to start the
problematic
game.
to
Not
get
only
out
is he
of
having a
the
decentish matchup versus the Pango, but he
you know,
gets a
Shadow
first blood
Dance
now
disengage.
too. Oof,
Because they can
yikes.
stun you and stuff.
If you're Navi, you really didn't want to see
Log?
this happen. Pango at least has a little bit of a better block on mid, right? Like the lane is on his side, but
Are you
yeah,
randomly
if you're
saying
Mirage,
log?
this is exactly what you needed to change the state of the game, because you can actually start rotating now with Ember more often, move across the map, do stuff.
Even though they have kind
When it
of
comes
a
to
couple
other
of tools
lanes,
against Sven, like
on
Doom's
bot lane,
always
there's
nice,
a lot of
Lasso,
kill
but it's
potential
not the
on this
best.
AA, but
My Dota lagged
he's
as well
not
on my
defenseless
game
too.
2
Like
minutes
some
ago.
Cold Feet and Stormhammer,
Was
that
they
has
have-
always been
Wait, your game
old combo.
Dota lag? Because
it's just so
this stream
easy
has been
to
lagging
get
for a
kills with
while
that.
now.
And
And
on
I-
the other one on top, I think, like it's
But
mostly
is
about Slark
your
and
in-game
Lion,
Dota actually lagging right
positioning
now?
themselves well to
Because if they...
get
No, that
away
can't be the
from
case for these
static
players,
lanes
because otherwise
once
they'd
that starts
pause the game.
happening. Like level 2 and
So
3
it can only
Razor
be
is
with
actually where it's
the
at here. It can
production,
become a little
because
bit
in-game,
problematic. But
the
so
players
far,
would
Redis on
100%
his line
pause
has
the game
done
if
a
they lagged
wonderful
like
job
this.
of protecting his carries in
They have no
both of
issues
these
there.
games, both of these matches before.
unless they are like the wildest people ever and like, nah, pausing games is for
So far, the
bitches.
CS on mid lane, what's going on there? 9 on Ember, 7 on Pango, so winning a little bit. Down bot, 7 Jesu.
Maybe
Is
it's
he gonna
just a
burn out?
spectator that's lagging. I don't know.
Not exactly sure he doesn't.
Did you win your
Did
game though?
get really close, and there's a lot of creeps. They might even dive this tower. 7 seconds away from Flame Break. Doom only has Infernal Blades, so not really a lot of aggressive potential to work with. They will survive on top. Lion is gonna get
Release.
jumped on, and this should be our first blood. Yeah, they get him. Easy little pick off. Slark is taking a lot of stacks. Can he? Nice block by 9 class, so he doesn't get to finish off Razor and get that counter kill. Yeah, I was saying that they'll need to play really well when it comes to blocking these pounces, but that's offensively. No, I didn't think it's gonna be necessary in that case, but still worked out really well.
I always find Monkey King plus 4 weird. But then again, I used
we
to
have
play
our first 2 kills.
Ursa plus 4, so...
And the first blood on Ember made his game a lot easier now on top lane as well, getting a little
I
bit
used to
of an
also play a bunch
advantage.
of Monkey King.
All
It's a fun
meanwhile,
hero
on
to
bottom
just
lane,
scout
Sven was
and jump
surviving,
about
and
in the tree
he
line.
was completely fine versus that first aggro move from Doom and Bat, but it will get harder to deal with once he gets once they get level 3. Their damage output
Snare's
just
just
significantly
not coming back, is he?
increases. So it won't be that simple to actually survive every time they go on him. Meanwhile, while Snare is out and I'm solo casting, what also is happening is my mouse is turned off, so a lot of technical difficulties, but I'm fixing it. Sven, they are going on him. Can he actually live through this? Maybe he can even turn. Like, he's turning on top of this Doom, and PMA, my friend. That's not gonna work. Look at this armor. Oh my god, he almost gets a double. If you're Ancient Aperture, you're
it's,
super happy with
Yeah,
this,
that's
though.
a
Like,
farmed AA.
and a very nice counter kill. Lion on top lane. They are trying to get him. Sorry for not mentioning that mid lane kill. I'm all over the place, but yeah, they do get the Lion on top. Razor and Monkey, they follow him. One of my biggest
Oh, Ember died
winners
so
of this
I don't.
laning stage
You
so
must have
far
fucked up with like.
is definitely the AA. Like him getting all those levels, like
He
he's
doesn't
almost level
have a
4
fairy
down,
fire
the
anymore.
highest level
Ember
in the
has a
lane,
fairy fire.
means he's
He
gonna get 6
probably
faster,
wanted to
means that
bait
he
him
doesn't
in,
have to, like,
pop the
just
fairy
sit
fire, and surprise
chill in the
him,
lane
but
until
fucked
he
up.
gets those levels.
That tends to be the reason why
So
people
he will
die
be
in
able
lanes
to-
the most. Is just
Yeah,
they
just
try to bait them
accomplish
in,
more
and
earlier.
then fairy fire, and
Ice
then get the
Blast
counter
does
kill, but
wonders
then they
versus
fuck up.
Slark in these early rotations,
But they
so
don't
can get
expect
on
the
top of him.
enemy's
They are
fairy
trying to go
fire,
Razor,
and
but
I
this one
assume
might be
Fango had a
Backfire.
fairy fire.
He doesn't have a pulse
'Cause
now to work with, or he does.
Mid laners
yeah,
almost
he
always have a fairy
manages
fire.
to get away. Joining me right now, I feel
Fango
like
actually might not.
not as interesting
that I
as
think
Snare,
about
but
it.
I'll work
Because
with
he's
him
universal,
regardless.
so
Who
you
is
just
it? Who
get.
joined?
Lovely to see you too, Lizard. Lovely to see you too.
Wait, what?
They asked me to stand in. I was like, no, gonna have to. Whoa, hold on. Nefrit's actually going for a play. Do anything.
Are you Roboto as well for me? Is it me? That's the problem. What's happening?
I hope.
Nomad?
Am I okay? I'm just gonna assume I'm okay and keep going. Like charge on, like many others have done today.
Yeah, I think I understand Snare's Roboto a little bit better than you.
Oh no. Well, that's not good.
Have you all turned into bots? What's happening?
I
I'm
don't-
not exa-
The robot
I
army has
hear
taken
anything
over.
wrong.
Everyone was a robot except you.
Okay, I can now hear you actually very well. Glad that you are joining me, by the way. Solo casting is fun, but casting with you is okay, I guess. How you been? What's up?
Fractionally being alone. I mean, that's what I aim
That's
for.
yeah, that's
things
that's
are good. Things
good
are good.
praise right
You know, just
there.
got out of the
It-
shower,
casting
so,
with you is
glad I'm not on
okay.
camera. But yeah, how's the game going? More importantly,
Yeah.
I watched game 2 and it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like Ember got the first blood, but then he got
Regen
soloed by
rune gets
Tango.
denied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's only level 5 here,
Big
so might
kill.
just be going down again. Yep, certainly will. Nice rotation across from Daze. It's the kind of the
That's
background
a happy
rotation
pat.
versus the AA rotation.
You know, like
Which sounds better to you?
when the lane is when you have a disadvantageous lane and you lose in
What's
it
the monkey
or something
doing?
like that, you're like,
There was a
whatever.
courier fly
But when you
walking
get
right
the first
past him.
blood, you have a lane that's actually good, and then you die afterwards. It's like yikes, man, and you lose the lane. It's so demoralizing. So I hope the Ember actually bounces back. Mirage, she's had some really nice plays in the last 2 games, so I hope he gets his level 6, starts rotating top lane. Lion.
Damn, he's just gone. All right. I mean, this is some good kills coming out.
Pulling
has
into
to
I
be said.
qualify. Doubtful.
First
These
top
are
lane.
elimination games.
How's our Slark doing? Hmm.
The fact that the
Yeah,
tree
it's
runs
looking
that
great.
fast
It's
is
a
stupid.
good game coming out. I completely agree, my friend. Ancient Apparition, I was talking about him. He's getting like a very fast 6, so he'll be able to join his teammates. Sven as well, like getting quite a bit of farm on bottom lane, so they aren't able to contain him any longer. Just 2 of them until perhaps Doom hits 6. Yeah, on the mid lane, everything is absolutely going in Pango's favor. He's level 8 versus
Oh,
level
my
6
back.
on Ember.
Well, more my
This
top
AA,
back area.
you see that?
No, AA, not
I
again.
think he might be Lizard. Yes, I
Actually
think he
getting
might be.
some pretty good
3
catches.
hero rotation onto the Ancient Apparition tends not to end so well.
Look at
for
that
him.
tree go.
Yeah,
though.
usually it's not that great. This
Yeah.
Hey, Shark's
yeah,
got
they're
the party
picking out
hat
the
on.
Slark, and Sven is rotating in. There should be some God Strength Sven maybe going in. Let's see.
Yep, there we go. Gets popped, runs him down. No level 6 on the Slark, so it'll be an easy pick-off. And Nefrid gets yet another kill.
Just a nice catch. Mirage.
I mean, since I've joined Sexy, I've just been getting everything other than the mid lane.
Yeah, what's really nice about this God Strength as well, like you kill off the Slark and then you can utilize it to take down the towers, so it's a really nice move. I love this from 7 Chesso.
Yeah, he's been min-maxing on that spend, that's for sure.
Sorry, what did you
I
say?
remember he was min-maxing on the spend.
You saw him before do the same thing?
I think it was him we saw playing yesterday on the spend. Yeah. Yeah, and he was just running around the map so damn fast, and his team were just kind of like following him around, trying to keep up with him because he was playing at such a breakneck pace. It was quite exemplary, honestly.
Yeah, do you think that Sven is good right now?
DMA?
Like, no, what's the power level
Going
of
for
Sven in your
Midas?
opinion?
I think from what I've seen from it, it's really good because you get this 15 talent where you get the God Strength cooldown, and then you just try and play with every God Strength. And you have a downtime of like, I don't know what the downtime is. I think it's like 40 seconds or so once you got the minus 15-second talent, and it's just crazy. You can literally just play so fast.
So you can just spam it, farm with it. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Yeah.
Ooh, that laggy
Objectives as well,
spike.
when you're strong enough.
Yeah, they are smoking up down bottom.
God strength lasts
They
for
do not
35
have
seconds. That's
lasso
actually
and
pretty
not a
long.
lot of damage. They did kill him in the first game the same way. Like, they obviously have studied his farming patterns, but they won't manage to find him this time around. Pango still not completed his defusal, and actually did fall off a little bit when it comes to networks, just because he's been trying to make moves, and he did die. He didn't die, but he's been trying to make moves quite often.
Maelstrom Embers and
Stop
necessities so
farming. Yeah.
that he doesn't fall behind in farming. Doom is probably pretty
Yeah, it's all about
farmed. I'm
especially
gonna
with the heroes
check
they've got in this
the
game, right? So it's all about trying to make these early moves because I feel like
net
whoever
worth
comes
because I'm
ahead
curious
into the
on
mid game is just gonna
that stuff.
kind
Okay,
of
it's
choke out
this
the
is
other
kind
one.
of annoying to see it this way. Okay, he's barely top net worth. He's
Feels
actually
very hard to play
second,
this from behind for either team. Maybe a little bit easier for Navi Junior.
but the Slug is kind of
I don't know.
struggling.
What do you think?
That's a fat bat.
I'm just trying to understand what's going on in the game and what language robots are speaking. Second time in a row now, I think someone is pranking me at this point. But yeah, there's a lot of farm to be shared on the map.
Domo
It
arigato,
did slow
Mr.
down. No one is
Roboto.
making any big moves.
Oh, that's the reveal of the diffusal blade.
well,
Ember's dead.
In we go in the middle lane as they go
Oh,
on to
just
the End
enough.
Spirit, trying to bring him down as quickly as
Another
possible.
swashbuckle
But
though.
He does have
Shield
the six
crash,
to gank away,
dead.
but he's out of mana and he is just going to fall. Dies to the Pangolier.
He
who is
gets
just
the
continuously
diffusal and
killing off the End
instantly
Spirit without
goes for
his
the
teammates.
swashbuckle
It's
play.
pretty crazy. That's now the third kill in a row they've gotten onto him.
That's such a well
Just
played
absolutely
move.
destroying right now. Meanwhile,
Drag
Lasso
back,
out.
retreat. It's
This
Razor
might
with
be
a lot of
survival
damage.
Lasso from Days though. He just wants to leave. Yeah, TP out. Get yourself away. All right, does get out of that one.
And we have ourselves a
Um,
pause.
I'm not sure. Could he just have TP'd in the first place and not bothered lassoing? I don't really know, but nevertheless, we now have a pause coming out. As
They also have
yeah,
some,
just checking out some internet issues.
everyone having internet issues in the EU or
All right.
something.
So apparently, it's not just us. Apparently, it's everybody. The entire world is currently suffering from internet issues. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you really well on both sides now. Discord, you called me. I hear you on TeamSpeak. Where should we talk? Should we stay on Discord or TeamSpeak? Tell me.
Well, so I was wondering which was
Ah,
lagging.
feels
So
good
if
with
you
my
were having
legs
trouble
up.
hearing me, it might have been TeamSpeak issues. But let's just
That
go. Let's
sounds
just go
weird.
back on TeamSpeak.
Yeah, I think it's for
But
the best. I can actually
like,
hear you now on
it's
TeamSpeak,
a nice
so
feeling to just
we can
relax
chill here. Poor
my
Snare.
legs.
He got wrecked for nothing. It was TeamSpeak all along.
Who knew?
He was trying to restart everything and like
just turn him off for no reason.
yeah, he
Feels bad.
called his ISP.
Come back, man. You can come back.
He called
That's
his
what I
service
thought.
provider. He was like, "God damn, man, come on, what's going on?"
Damn, did he actually?
No, probably didn't.
Probably didn't. Okay. Not quite that level.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this gives us a good chance to kind of catch up on the game because so it can.
No, I thought you wanted to
be
catch
easy
up
lose
with
track of
me.
What the hell's going on? No, I've caught up enough with you already.
Oh, it's kind of sad.
I want to hear from your dog more though. I like that when he tried to jump in with the play-by-play. That
Yeah,
was sick.
he's just jumping in way too many times, and he's play-by-playing just as well as I am. So honestly, I don't think anyone noticed the difference.
CSGO IEM Sydney live now. Well, no, it's not
Commendable,
CSGO
drama,
IEM Sydney, right? It's the
Exactly.
qualifiers for
He's supporting,
ESL.
you know, like back
Intel
vocals,
Extreme
just
Masters
support
Sydney.
whatever I say.
So
he's
it's
like,
not-
Yeah, woof. Yeah, tell him.
Yeah,
tell
it's
him,
Europe
Ad-lib.
closed qualifier, so it's not
Like
the
a-
actual tournament yet.
Yeah, what
Like a rap track.
do you think they punished this Slark enough on top lane. Like, he is suffering in net worth, and
But it's good
like,
matches.
like,
NIP versus
probably
one win.
That's
OG
one of the
versus.
best things the team
Who the
has
fuck's even
done
in the bet boom roster?
so far in the game. I feel like Sven is farming well, but that's kind of to
Bet
be
boom,
expected. He's
Nefani,
also going to be
Dennett.
having a lot more farm after he
Sorta,
finishes this
Chiron,
big ancient stack.
Why is there?
But regardless of that, I still feel that slowing down Stark is imperative. It's like what needed to happen, and they did do that.
They are actually
Yeah, I
ranked
mean, with no slug in the
23rd,
game, it kind of all that comes
55.
from Angler. Now you've got
It's
just
not the
one thing
worst
to worry
roster.
about through the mid game. Obviously, there's Doom as well.
They
but
actually
again,
have
it's not
won a
game
lot
where
of
I'm,
games
like,
recently.
Super worried about Doom because you can just shove the spell on
Actually,
the
they've
razor into
only
people's
lost
faces.
one
What are they
series
gonna
so
do?
far.
Like, you doom them, it's not a big deal.
That's
and they get a
quite
free
impressive.
Fight, so
Yeah, absolutely.
I really. When was this Doom picked?
When was Doom early on? I think like third pick overall for Navi. Yeah, it's
That makes sense.
yeah. I was expecting a Beast Master to be
Dude,
in
how
his
long is this
spot, but they
pause
go
gonna
with the Doom. I do think the Doom is also fine.
This game is
because of
already
the way
kinda
that
like,
Navi
eh.
Junior are playing. Like, they bought this
The
minus
heroes are
Doom
kind of
and,
dull.
Vanguard, and he's just gonna be farming Slark as
Like
well. Like
Razor
their game
ver-
is
Sven's kind of
just
okay
wait
to
for
watch
like
farm.
2 or
but
3
versus
items on Slark.
a
Like you need
Doom
Diffusal, you
plus
need Dags. Then you
Slark
can actually
game.
do a lot of shit on the map. But until then, it's
Yeah, I know.
not going to be that
those
simple.
players are from like
Meanwhile,
fours.
if your team sexy, like once they get the
the other
BKB
team where Nickelback
blink on
used to
Sven,
play
they're
in.
already good to go. And that's not far
The
away.
pace from them is the pace is going to be ridiculous. Like I don't see how this Navi team faces into them in like a
Team
full
that
5
doesn't
on 5
exist
with
anymore.
the Sven being as bad as he is. So
Oh, the
That is my
Orchid
big
piece doesn't
concern.
exist anymore.
What do you think? Is Daze
17?
probably thinks his internet is bad. He's also on TeamSpeak
Can't
and it
remember
doesn't
what the name
isn't
was.
working.
I
You
think
know,
Sorsa was in that team.
it's like it's not you, man.
it's not just
Someone
Georgia.
tell him.
he's just bullying certain
Let's go.
people.
Someone tell him.
Yep, seems like we are
No,
we are
not
going
Zorta.
again.
Who the fuck?
Who's been the
I
who's
don't
been the
know.
standout
Slardar
guy in this laning
mid's
phase
still
for you so
good.
far?
It has
been doing the
never
most
been
work?
good.
Well, so far the best recovery is definitely by the Pangolier. Like he was playing versus a guy that had a free first blood and he
At
got a
least
couple of
not
kills
since
on
I
him,
have been
solo
watching
kill and then
Dota, which
rotated,
is
so
not the longest. I
definitely
haven't
can't,
watched Dota from the beginning.
look at anyone else
But I
when
guess
he had
like
such a good
TI.
performance.
Yeah.
A ult mid. Speaking of him, he might just die here. One more sleight of fist.
7 and later?
Ooh, Daze trying to help him
I've
out, but
never
yeah,
seen
no,
the hero
Mirage gets
in
it,
mid.
gets it done, but now
Or be
X is out
successful in
and got the juice on top of him as well. And they're just gonna finger him down. Bye Mirage. So it's a trade of the mid laners right now. Daze looking for the +1
Oh,
as
nice
always.
slow.
His Bat Rider is just constantly on
Oh, the Doom.
and with his shield
Doom on the
really
monkey?
doing some work. Yeah, Doom jumping in on this one as well, but we'll be watching this AA
Hey,
being
just-
run down. He's asking for the high five as well.
Going for the slowest
Meanwhile,
run away.
+1 of trees,
Doom
but the Doom is
wasted.
out onto the monkey and gets nothing done. He's fine, so yeah, not impactful.
But a
I'm
couple
not
of
sure
good
if that
kills.
Doom was the best one I've ever seen, but
How do we still not have the
Tango
net
dies,
worth?
They get a counter kill
showing?
on 2 and they get a tier 1 tower. So all
Ash
things said and
gives
done, as I
him
was
bonus
praising that
damage on
Pangolier, he
walking.
did die, but his death wasn't in vain. He's
8
still
per level up
yeah, he's
to
still
32.
got something out of that. His teammates did at least.
Still shit.
Dude, look at this blink timing on the
Because
Bat
nearly
Rider.
every
He's
other
gonna be
mid
hitting it
laner,
like
unless you're
14
up
minutes
against
on the
like an
support bat.
Ember,
Yeah, crazy.
would fuck him. Any other
Yeah,
range.
Daze has had
in a 1v1
good
he's pretty good.
performance in game 1 and 2.
Unfortunately, like
Now
if
in
they
game
pick
3
Monkey,
as
you're
well, like,
screwed. If they pick
is,
Mars, you're screwed because they can just push you back
He
or
has a
have
very
extra
good
range.
KDA
Any
as
ranged
well.
hero beats his ass.
Mm,
And the biggest problem with Slardar mid is he's terrible at farming.
yeah, moving around
The
map.
hero is
Yeah, he's
just
been a
one
big
of the
factor
worst
of helping this
farmers. He
Pangolier
has
into the
no
game as well.
farming
In fact,
tool.
like they kind of been working
Built in. He
together
doesn't
to
build into
really
farming
lay down the
tools. He's
hut
not a
onto
Millstream
this,
builder.
this
He's
Ember
not a
and
Battle Fury
try and cut him
builder.
out of the game a bit.
And that's where the problem really comes through, is that you have a mid laner that does not
So
go
Slark,
well
he
in
does finish
towards
off. I imagine
farming.
his net worth doesn't look anything close
And
to
then
Nah,
you're
his
all
rank is
about that
far,
like
far away.
15,
He's
20
just
minute spike
slowly
where you get
kinda
Blink Dagger or
climbing
whatever the
towards
fuck
that,
mid
diffusal
Slardar
of
goes
his.
for, and
He
then
did join that
you
fight
don't do
mid,
anything anymore.
which helped him out a little bit experience.
NIP versus One Win, what do you think? I think One Win's a pretty good team, but it
Oh,
should
the
be
smoke and
NIP
smokes.
2-0.
They're both pinging each other as well. They're like, there's a rune there.
They're trying. Maybe Monkey King is the one that jumps around first.
I have always been a fan of One Win
Let's
because
see.
Deco is an amazing
Never
player.
mind. Ember goes back to farming. probably nothing will happen.
I
After
believe
that.
in
The
NIP.
smoke was
Well, I
kinda
don't believe in
smart though,
NIP.
'cause,
It's just NIP always
Maverick was
fucks
pushing the
over
lane,
anything I
and the
say.
C is pushing the lane. If you make the smoke, that's kind of cutting the most probable line of the enemy smoke. You might run into them, kill them off.
Go Midas, good item, dispatch and Slardar. Actually, you are right. That's the only item that is actually decent on Slardar. Midas. Still, don't go mid Slardar because it's still shit.
As well as PMA, just trying to set up for something. on the
Offlane
bottom
Slardars,
side,
I've
but
seen
no one
some be a
is,
bit successful because you got the
showing
minus
us
armor
lane.
strat.
I mean,
If you get like a
everybody
TA
shows
in
just
your
asking
lineup,
to
it'd be
die
good.
if
If you
there
get
as they
Gyro
have.
in your lineup,
It'd be
you
kind of
just get
crazy.
vision on the
They know
enemy,
that
so
on
that
side
flat
of Team
cannon hits
Sexy,
them.
so they'll chill out, and yeah.
But
He
I
has
still
kind
don't
of
think
after
that the
pause,
hero
everyone's
is.
kind of just taking a breather.
He's
taking a
all
break.
single
No one's
target. I don't
looking
like
to,
it when
kind of push the advantage right now. So we're 8 and 8 at
the
15
mid
minutes.
laners
With no
all
net worth
only single
advantage to either
target.
team.
I like it when you have like
What's the play which is going to break this game? I imagine it's
some
something to do with our
AoE.
big Sven deciding he's
Because if
strong
you're
enough
up
to just run
against
at someone.
what we saw last game,
Or
like a
let someone
PL or
or
something,
be.
or Naga,
Yeah,
which
he's
is
got everything
you know
he needs
those,
at the moment. He
especially
could,
Naga is such a
theoretically
heavily
wait
picked hero. This
for,
like
the
you
full
don't do
BKB
shit against
completed.
Naga.
I think it
You don't
might
do
be
shit
a
against
better idea.
wave push. You don't push buildings. The only thing you're good
AA
at
is
is
just there
taking no road.
to protect him.
Oh, I love that they buffed Mischief. Days in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to get brought down. Finally, they take a little bit too much liberty in the bottom lane. But yeah, there's Mischief. You
And,
just see like
the
random
minus
shit
armor
just
is
like
pretty nice
walking
for
around the map
building.
really fast. You know, like
Enough
trees
building
flying
before
around, like
being enemy
salves,
heroes
couriers.
to
Just,
pulp.
I love it so much. It's so stupid.
Just a random salve moving through the map.
I just love the idea that the spell's called Mischief, and the description is like disguise yourself, and then there's just like a salve zooming through the river, and it's like,
What could that be? Yeah, probably some new patch notes, you know, that you haven't noticed. AA. Let's use that.
Actually just let's lays a smackdown on the Slark and sends him jumping away. So the Slark's just bare biding his time. He's like, the moment this debuff's gone, you're dead, son.
Yeah, he's still got that ulti to work with. Shadow Dance, not Ice Blast, obviously. So if he wants to, he can perhaps go back in. And he's doing exactly that, but mostly to just de-ward. Yeah, there we go.
I think these guys just walked past each other without even realizing either was there.
9 class.
Now Class comes down, and they'll see him. Days. Oh, no Firefly available. Oh, that would have been a dead monkey, but in comes Nefrit to clean up the kill onto Riddies instead.
And in the back.
Oh yeah, got the juice. Jumping in on this one. Does jump down the cliff. Very nicely done here. It's getting close though, and Mirage, he wants to finish the job. Trying to...
Oh, nice lasso.
Pangolier, now the lasso comes down as well. Very nicely done. They'll kill off Mirage, and now they come looking in for more.
Okay.
How far can they chase this one though? And you always have
But
to...
do you? Yeah. Triple hit from the Sven. And Sven's gonna fuck him.
Looking towards Days as well. AA Blast actually cashes out onto the Pangolier.
Booty
as well,
smack.
but they're looking for the Batrider, and they're gonna fight him. 2 kills for Hyesu.
Booty
As
smack,
he finds
baby.
an
Booty
amazing entry to this
smack.
fight.
Yeah, really nicely done by the Sven. But in particular, because he joins the fights before BKB, so many core Svens that I know would just be reluctant to even move away from the triangle. You know, they'd be, yeah, I'll end my BKB and then I'll actually start fighting. I need this. I need this for security. But yeah, he joins in, notices that Slark doesn't have an ulti, so cleaves through him in literally in 3 hits.
Great heads up play, and immediately just back into the Ancient, stacks it up, beats it down, and in 15 seconds that ulti will be up again. And yeah, I'm wondering if it's time to start running around with it, because I believe that's his BKB finished on the Courier. Could be wrong, might still need the recipe, but he didn't have it queued up, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, Slark can be really dangerous versus Sven, but later on you need like eggs, you need a basher. You know, and then
You need
you're
a lot
actually
on the Slark,
able
and you
to
definitely
stack up
need
stacks
shard as well.
and just juke the Sven around, bash him
But
down
I
with your
don't
attack
think
speed.
that they're like Sven's
But, at
almost
this point in
3k
the
ahead
game,
of
he's
anyone else.
definitely not as strong as he is. It's kind of the same versus any hyper carry as
So
a
it's kind
Slark,
of
you know,
scary.
like, if you manage to delay the game long enough, eventually you will be stronger.
Mirage is
but
not that
in
strong.
that mid-game portion in which
Actually
the hyper
pretty
carry
weak.
is just farmed
And
out
the
of his,
that's the one big
um,
plus that they have on Navi Junior is that
mind.
the Team Sexy
at that
supports are
point, as a
kinda
Slark,
terrible.
there's not a lot you can do.
Like Monkey King gives good vision, and AA has
Yeah,
like
he's
accounted to Slark.
He's kind of just got to play
if
the
you
smart,
miss
play
that,
the
AA
fights
just
really
is
smart. jump in on the back lines, try and find the easier targets, and just keep an eye on where the Sven is at all times. And I think once his ulti is down, if he doesn't know exactly where the Sven is and exactly what spells he's got available, then he just needs to not be on the map.
Yeah, absolutely. Monkey King is trying to set something up, but Daze, he finds him. Ah, very unlucky. Nicely done by Daze. He actually uses sticky napalm. He uses it on top of Monkey, but isn't able to just get him fast enough.
Yeah. Fireflies just kind of depend on your movement speed, which isn't crazy right now because you just rush that blink, so...
Yeah, there's a smoke, and are they gonna catch Lion? Both of these heroes have blinks, so not that easy. He's got the BKB and
Double
blink on
damage in the
Svendor.
river.
This
Oh, Ice Blast. Boom,
tempting,
smack.
But Mirage is going to be the one to bottle it up, and they chop down the Pango lid. Jesus Christ, he just gone. Rudy's is next as well. Mirage
That's a nasty
gonna
two-hit.
sneak up that one as two heroes just eviscerated in the river.
And now the
They're
BKB
utilizing
is...
this one
Oh,
to
it's
the
not
fullest,
done,
like
but it's
he's
close.
been involved in 3 kills now already. And as you've got a quarter of that God Strength, they're moving into the pit. I'm not sure if they have the damage. Let's see. Like, if God Strength lasted longer, perhaps. But like this, I still think that Navi should have enough time to...
Yeah, this
rotate
is
in.
kind
There's
of
a
weird.
Gate as well. Doom has a BKB.
Then
They
falls
should be
off
able to
against
contest
Slard.
this, but
Don't think
it
Sexy
doesn't
gonna
look like
win.
they want to.
I do
Yeah,
agree.
they're not really
But on the
moving.
other hand,
Even
Razor
with tier 1 to TP2,
beats
wow.
Slark at any
Even
point in the
without
game.
The God Strength, they're still reluctant. They
Like, it's
smoke
not...
up now,
and
but
if
this
you
could
hit
be-
the Slark with Ice Blast,
Yeah,
he's dead.
Slark,
Like,
this could
you
be
hit him
too
with Ice
slow,
Blast, he's
exactly.
dead. Razor static links him.
And there we are.
He's
Shan
useless
goes
in a
down,
fight.
Sven grabs the Aegis
Not
and
useless,
pauses
but
the
he only
game.
can steal stats.
Sound problems.
And Sven
we
can,
might
like,
have
two-shot
those.
the rest of his team.
Nope,
And if
we're
Slark's the
crystal
only one
clear.
left, you don't have anything to fear. Slark is great
it's
if
one
you
of
can,
those
like,
ways
go into the
you want
fight,
to
go out,
contest
go
rush,
into
but
the
the
fight,
only
go
way
out.
you do it is if
So you
someone
can
slows it
constantly
down a
keep
bit, like
regenning.
some bat
But
is
their
flying
heroes
around
are
with
not
blink,
able
tossing
to,
flame
like,
break. Just makes them afraid.
stand
right?
and
Like,
fight.
just
The only
makes them
thing they
afraid
have to
that
stand and fight
everyone
is
is
Rolling
there.
Thunder. Because
But,
Lion gets
maybe
one
they can
shot.
fight anyway.
Bat Rider is
Let's see.
lasso and
There's
go.
still no God Strength. They should be
And
aware of
Doom
it, but
is Doom and
no,
go.
They bail with the smoke.
Soon, though. It's
They're
long
not
before
like
Godstrength is
buff,
coming back
bulky,
and-
stand
yeah.
in front, make sure
Go
that
back
the
once as
enemies
well.
are
So,
distracted.
you can't kill off the Sven because he's got
And that's
Aegis,
kind
so
of
just
what
come
I'm
back
a little
Godstrength
bit worried
anyway,
for
and
for
then, you're in
Navi
trouble.
Junior.
But
And
they will be able
also,
to catch the Lion
Team
as
Sexy
RP,
are
Monkey
just
King,
bet
yeah.
should be
Well,
better
another
players.
one.
They're,
Can they kill him though, Nefrit?
they have a very strong line.
BKB. Got the juices, trying to chase him here, but this is a long BKB. It's still early days for these items, so gonna take a while to actually finish the job. Reddy's comes in on the side here. He's
Oh,
got
that's
the
a
Hex,
big
he's
kill.
got the stun as well. They might be able to finish.
Buyback
this
actually even
Razor.
forced out on the
Alright,
monkey.
NAVI Junior, they find the opening and they make it
Or
work.
if this
Yeah, and you
goes
probably
for
don't
some
want to fight
really
them now
weird long
anyway,
game
even
where
with the
Bat
Aegis,
goes
like
into
you're
a
playing
4th
into
and
Slark
Slark
with
gets his
20
25 talent.
stacks. Maybe
It's 25
it's not
talent.
the
Isn't that
smartest
just
idea
longer stats
to
too?
fight them, but Monkey already
Yeah,
did
essence
buyback, and
creation.
it looks like for pretty much
I mean,
nothing.
it's not bad. You can steal all the
He's
stats
gonna
away
continue
from
farming
Sven.
a bit, getting some more
You just need to be
utility. I do
careful that
like
he
his
doesn't
build,
kill you
like
before you steal stats.
It's a peculiar one with Solar Crest and
Ooh,
Glimmer
one
Cape.
win's actually beating NIP's
Just
ass.
full utility. No good old school position 5 for monkeys that pretend that they're actually position 5 or 4, but are buying
That
literally the
Boom
same
roster
stuff
looks
that the
good.
carried monkey does.
It's actually not a bad roster.
Yeah,
CS:GO.
no,
It's not a
committed to the
special
sport life,
roster or
and I
anything.
respect
They're
it.
not like superstars. But it's
Would
kind
you
of a
rather do
good
this or
roster
like some
for
black
a
hair on monkey?
first roster that Bet will pick up
I
in
think
CS:GO.
Solar Crest is so good this patch that it always feels good to have at least one.
They're not
especially
gonna
when you're
go
against
off
mostly
the
physical
chain like they
damage.
did in Dota,
Yeah,
where they just
I
got
really like
like,
Solar
let's
Crest.
grab fucking
Much
superstars
better
and
than,
make
going
the
for a
godliest team the
Maelstrom, which
world's
doesn't
ever
really help
seen.
the team in any way.
Balrogs or Lava?
Gleipnir, which is good. Gleipnir is great, but it takes
think
so long to
Lava?
get it.
And
You want to be useful now.
you kind of have some catch, so maybe
Balrogs are
getting
shit.
something like an
Well,
Atos
not
as well isn't
shit,
really that necessary. Yeah, I
Not
I
good.
can see
I don't
it.
think
I can
Lava's
see
good
Solar
either,
Crest just being much better here.
but I think they're slightly better.
Yeah, no, definitely not an item I've
Like
seen on
old
Monkey
even
before.
game, I
though.
always prefer Slark,
This is
no matter
new for
against
me.
who, because I hate
And
Slark
they smoke
because
up
of my pubs.
with the monkey, with
Yeah,
his
but-
shiny Solar Crest, and
Only Ricky is more
Where will
fucked up.
they
That
go?
Ricky is
I wonder they
the only reason
That
I hate
has,
those two heroes is
scans
because I'm a
top, so they're
support
also
player and they
expecting
fuck
a
me
gank.
hard as a support
Well,
player
these
in terms
scans
of
are
warding and
really
shit.
not on point.
They cost me so many centuries.
Yeah, Monkey doing a bit of scouting, but he sees nothing.
Sven, by the way,
Do you find it interesting when teams
Yeah,
like
when you go
scan an
down
area
toward
and
the
then just
jump you and you
continue
can't do
charging into
anything,
that area
only
anyway? It's
supports
just they
like
want to get
damn
walls down, I
invisible.
guess.
Yeah, damn
yeah,
invisors,
like if
damn
you scan the area and it connects, you kind of
ward
know that
spotting
the fight
heroes,
is going to
Zeus
happen, and then you can
Slark.
prepare with the instant initiation. And you can maybe plant the wards earlier, like in cliffs.
and then
that
they get
aren't as
nullifier
deep,
and you're
so that you
actually
have
completely
vision as you're
useless.
initiating.
Dire's middle tower
I would have
It's fairly
expected
normal
Team Sexy to
to
be a
do.
bit further ahead by this stage.
Radiant's top tower
Getting a little bit scary because
Yeah, I
the
mean,
support,
the
as
Herald Leads
mentioned,
are coming
supports on
more
Navi
likely
Junior.
they-
I think that's
they're
the
best
only
possible
thing
scenarios
that they
that
have an
teams have to get
advantage
over
on
kill
in Navi
with that ward
Junior
they've
is
placed
that
down.
with the line
At least
and
they
Bat
can get away,
Rider,
just
their
run straight
supports are
forward,
way
knowing there's not much
stronger
vision
than
in the
the
area.
Monkey.
Do you like the
Yeah.
Daedalus, by
I
the way,
think
on Sven?
honestly,
He's about
Monkey and
to
AA are a
add to this
non-factor
wave.
in most
All of these heroes
situations
or
with
Navi
Bastion
are
support.
literally 2 hits
Like,
away
they
from
don't do
dying now.
anything.
No, I hate Daedalus.
Hey,
on
it's
Sven.
just like,
Listen, it's just
I
too
can
much
scout
damage.
high
Too
ground.
much,
Well,
yeah,
fucking
yeah, I hate
whoop-de-doo.
it too.
Need to go mech or something.
Just buy a mech, you know, be a healer, not a killer.
Well, think about it. You know, you already have damage. Then if you do healing as well, give your
Monkey
team
was
everything
good
they
in
need.
game
Exactly.
2 because
You
it
win.
baited them
Check
into
all the boxes.
not planning
That's
for
the best
yeah.
way to do it.
tower.
Yeah,
most
like
complete
that, it's
fighter
good,
out
and
there.
it definitely it's good in games
right,
where
they
you have a
jump
very
in, there's a
aggressive
ulti to
hunting
connect.
lineup,
Ooh,
and they
really
have a
catches
couple
him
of
as well
nice
with that
tools
AR. I
for
think he
that.
would've been dead if
But
he did.
then like,
Predicted the full stuff.
Ember
but didn't
needs to
predict
commit
flank
pretty
out,
heavily for a dive.
Well,
But
still that's
Sven is actually pretty good at the dive, but Razor, for instance, he's
There's
a
that
chase
ward,
hero.
I
He's
mean,
not a dive
they got a
hero.
kill on it.
yeah.
Good job.
They tip him even, you know, like he worked so hard.
So it's a
he
little bit
survived, and
rougher.
then
If you had
it
like,
didn't
oh,
even matter
what
in
that
the end.
drop yesterday, where you have like an
But
Earth Spirit
at least
plus,
they know for a fact this is worth
well,
it,
if you have a
like
Slark
left, right.
yourself,
Hmm.
and you have in a off lane like Mars or
There's a
Primal
big boy.
or something.
Oh, he's got the hat on as well.
Where it's just pure
Looking
dive.
fresh.
The Monkey King is very good because it gives you vision and sets up the
Players
first
who
stun.
put on the party hat instantly get a
You got like a
get
Willow
plus.
guard
And it
to
looks good
stick
on
a buff on
Ancient.
you.
Like it actually
Yeah,
looks
that's
really
also
damn
not
good
too
on him.
shabby. Or you
Yeah,
just play
the
Core
colour
Monkey.
kinda
Actually,
fits
I
that
hate
back
Core
piece,
Monkey.
So
Random tree passing by him. Hello tree. Yeah,
no hat on the tree.
I just love the speed. I
do like
completely
the
agree
new
with you
Dark
that
Willow
it's so
change,
silly.
Where
So
you
dumb.
can like, throw your buff on top of any melee hero, and they like you can throw it on Ricky, and
Alright,
he goes ham.
BKB timing
which
on
is
Slark
stupid.
is going to be at about
Almost 700
next
damage
minute,
with a
next
hit
minute or
on
two.
Sven ult. Echo
I'm
Sabers
still
at
not entirely convinced they
1500
can
damage in a
fight with
half
this though,
sec.
because I mean, what do? You
That's the
ulti
power
on
of big
Slark,
boy
great.
Sven.
Okay, Sven can't insta
Because
kill you, but
Monkey does
can you
play
kill any of
fairly
them? Not
aggressively,
with
so
the
you
items he's
make
got at the
sure
moment. Like they
Razor
need
has a
these
good
long
stance.
fights, and I don't know how they achieve that because Sven's not going to give
It's a
them long
good
fights.
laner,
Yeah, but the
especially
thing
against
is,
melee
what
heroes.
else can you
Why
do
can't
at this
that allow
point?
bot
That
games
is
to
the
counter
item to
the
go for. You
defense?
go for the
Damn it.
BKB, you get the basher afterwards. It's all about the
Why
way
can't
your
that allow
teammates
bots-
execute the fights. It's not necessarily on your items
Games
to win you the
counter
fights.
the-
You know what
What?
I mean? Like you still have to. There's a lot of work involved before they can take these fights properly. Meanwhile, in the last game,
Why
like I don't know
can't
if
they
you watched
allow
it, Team
bot
Sexy had
games
like some
to counter
PL.
the event?
He was completely free to do whatever. He was just
What
spamming
event? I'm
Phantom
so
Lance and that's it.
confused.
They won the game off of it. Like no one could touch him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Slark really isn't in that position
Like
this
the
game.
pulse 3 Razor that loses lane just feels so bad. Like if you are a pulse
Well,
3
that's for
Razor
sure.
and you lose your lane, you're definitely up against
it's
like
just
some
going to see. I mean, maybe
drow or some shit.
if they just duke out the BKB on the
Isn't
Sven, then
that
there's good
range is
opportunities
pretty
to actually fight him.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Perhaps you can use your lasso on one of these cores around him, like lasso the Ember, kill him off first, and then just juke the
know,
BKB
then
on Sven,
anniversary
exactly
event?
like you said. Ice blast on bat. Does catch
Oh,
him, but,
you mean okay? For
the
to get the
shard came in,
skins.
ooh, very
Oh,
nicely.
yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
really
Now I
work.
understand.
He's going for this.
Do
on
they
the-
allow
on the
turbo
tackle
games,
there. I mean,
though?
there's a committing
Otherwise
card.
you
Now
just
the Doom
jump
comes
in a
down.
bunch of
Okay,
turbo
they
games.
could
I
take
think
the
I've
Ember, but Doom
played
taking
5
heavy
games
hits
so
from
far.
Hector
Won
at the
5
same time
games.
here,
I
trying to run
did lose
himself
my
away.
last
He's
game
pretty
last
damn
night.
fast. The Sven can't keep
Actually,
up.
this is
He's
going
gonna run
bad.
himself away. That's a BKB and a gut strength from the Sven, completely duped out. The perfect
The
scenario.
fruit's
now
out of
for
mana
Junior.
and
Now,
almost
what
out of
more Can they
HP.
get from it? I mean, they've already taken down 2. Nefrit, he's pretty low on mana, but he is a razor. He's a quick ball.
And
The
9
Monkey was
class,
trying to cause a
good
bit
job
of
at
mischief,
keeping
but
them
does get
distracted
brought down
to try and
himself.
keep
They
the
didn't find
Nefrit
enough time to
and
get
get
his
Nefrit
Doom
out.
out of here. Well, 1 escapes and 2
So
should
will
should be
count
getting
for
out
half
as
a
well,
game.
So
Of
worthwhile
course it
feed from
does.
the Monkey King there to save his other 2 cores.
Yeah, very nicely done. This is exactly what I envisioned more or less. Like they need to create a chaotic.
This guy
fight
is
in which
actually
they
not
can
really
kite out the
doing
Sven.
anything on the Ember. Let's see.
Very well played
Yeah,
by Navi.
362.
Ice Blast
Mirage
was
is just
already
getting
committed,
smacked
which
this
was
game.
really bad
Level
for, Team
15,
Sexy,
bro.
so they couldn't
Nefrit,
really-
his own teammates
If you
level
have Ice Blast
18.
and you clip the Slark with it, he's way
He is
more
at
reluctant
less
to,
experience than the
you know,
enemies plus
just
for a
join
Bat
the fights
Rider.
the way he did. They didn't. Their positioning was also on low
This
ground
is their
between
first
two
pick, by the way.
downwards. It's like
Fucking,
perfect vision for.
I despise
Navi.
first pick Embers. Stuff like that.
Yeah, you need to make sure.
First
that
pick
you're,
and the last
saving
pick
that
need
one.
to be impactful.
Really.
If it's not
I'm sure that it
impactful,
was
it's a
being useful,
wasted
like they're
pick.
Just firing at the Bat Rider.
It's not. It's not.
Oh,
he didn't
my
just
legs.
throw it. He has a shard. So basically, with that shard, he
Told
was
you all
probably
Navi.
thinking
Oh,
of
I wouldn't go
initiating,
all,
right?
but
Like if you,
Yeah.
whoever gets clipped on the high ground, you just jump him after.
I don't actually mind bots Ember, but it depends on what game you're up against. If you're up against a split push lineup, I think bots Ember is great.
Alright, well, that
But if you're
definitely
playing
took
up against like
bit
a
of the wind
Doom
out of
and
Team
Bat
Sexy's
Rider and
sails, so,
Slark, I
they're now
think
gonna
bots
have to
is
kind
a
of
very dangerous
consider
move.
more
Because if
carefully
you
how
go
they take
for
the
the
next fight. I
TP
mean,
to the
imagine
side lanes to like
conversations
push
something
it
along the
out,
lines of,
you get
"High ground's pretty
blink,
scary.
Doom,
Let's,
blink,
uh,
lasso,
let's not fight
pounce,
into
you're
the
dead.
high ground like that.
Oh,
Let's save it."
not
Probably
the
same
blink,
conversations we were having.
Yeah.
Looking for
pounce
harder
because of course you have
initiation
BKB
That's
now,
what it's
but
all about. These fights will
like
be
you
decided
just
in the
straight up
first 5
die
seconds.
if you get spotted by
They
any of
might
those
find
heroes.
A good pick off here. Slark is in front.
He's out.
Slark's
The
gone,
AS
Monkey
goes
dives
completely. He
deep.
went heads out onto the Monkey King as well. They could actually try and
Sven
turn it
actually
into a
can't
fight.
kill off
Where is the Sven?
the
He's
lion.
in the middle of everything, but he's stunned up for the moment. God Strength is going. He's going to be able to chop down the lion. And now, well,
They spend so
Slark,
much
he's looking
time,
out
and
his
the
friends
Slark
need to get himself away. Sure, you've got the BKB, but the right click
is
coming
out.
through thick and fast, but TP
Double
with the lead,
buyback
and
as
he
well
will get
by
out
the
to safety.
supports.
He'll get out.
He's meanwhile, oh, quickly.
Yeah, he will get out safety, but Roche is here. So instantly into the pit. Now the question is,
The
can
9
Navi
class
contest
like
this?
jumps
He
in
has
the
some
middle of
shields,
3
BKB is
enemy
doing,
heroes
like, he could run down
and
there,
dies, and it's like, what a surprise!
Once
My guy.
again, they don't seem like they want to be contesting this. Roshan. Very interesting, like 2 times in the game that they're letting it go.
Crazy, yeah. Like, I feel like the golden window is when this Sven has no BKB gods. and
Also,
when they
the
have
Monkey
Ice Blast,
King,
then
does he have at least like dust?
They just let it.
No, he
fire
doesn't
and
have
fight.
dust,
I guess
because
they
the
wanted their
lion
lion,
was
they
in
wanted
that
their
fight
BKB on
and
Slark.
it
Well,
distracted
once again, we saw it
the
last time where they go for
Sven
the fight
that he
after the
couldn't
rotation.
finish.
Well, it worked then, and
Why
it
does no one have
Doom
fucking
looking for a
dust?
target right now. Slark comes flying on the sidelines as well. Doom taking a lot of
Doom
damage.
thrown
Slark
out
across the Doom onto the
on the
Sven,
Sven.
takes down the AA with him, but will be dying. Now in comes the Pangolier, jumping in through that army of Wukong's command to try and get a bit
Well,
more
that's
damage
gonna be
out
a double
onto
die-
the heroes
dieback
as,
on the
Radiant
Radiant
jumps in. He's
side.
gonna just get zapped down by the Razor, but in comes got the juice, trying to finish the job
God
onto the
strength
Razor,
use.
and
Oh!
finish him off.
The cleaves.
Oh my god.
Okay, that
And he
was
actually
pretty
cleave
much-
smacks
Oh,
down.
catch him out, Nefra gets him as
Oh,
well.
sorry, Mirage
thought he
gets
was safe
smacked.
inside that cloud, but he was not.
Oh.
Dude, what are these fights? So brawly.
That was absolutely insane. Navi, I feel like they have some sort of a kink for fighting versus Aegis and Cheese. They just want to wait until it's way too difficult.
I
for
think
them to
Navi
take the fight,
Jr.
you know,
is
and then they jump
probably
in.
gonna win
It was
now.
still
I
really
would have
nicely
expected
done.
them to be a little bit
Unfortunately, they couldn't
stronger,
kill
more
off AA
composed in
before
the
Ice Blast was
early
committed.
mid
That's
game.
something that Bat Rider
but
really
that
wants
Ember
to do.
Spirit's kind of useless.
And this is the point in the game.
And
in
you
which
did have a
Slark
good
becomes
point,
annoying for
Amonkira.
Sven.
The Bat Rider has turned into
Unfortunately
kind
for
of
him,
a
no
fourth
Basher
score
yet.
at this point.
Like, so he couldn't really stop that.
His items
Sven
are
from keeping out.
Blink
He will
4
have it
staff. That's
instantly
already
by
enough
both
to
the
disrupt
Mithril
an
Hammer
entire
and
team
Belt of
fight.
Strength. He's like, next time you definitely are.
I stand corrected.
Just gonna TP
I
away.
expected a different result.
And here we have the fight replay as well. I mean, it was looking pretty good for Navi Jr.
They tried.
Those
they tried.
Team Sexy
You could
supports
see
are just
Bat Rider actually lassoing an
completely
AA. How many times do you
useless
see that?
in
Not
this
very
game.
often.
Wukongs does nothing, you get a
they
bit of
tried to
vision.
kill him
Ice
off.
Blast, if
They
it
just
doesn't
couldn't do it
connect, it's
before the Ice Blast, and
completely
then Ice
garbage.
Blast clipped on Slark.
Oh,
Oh my god. Nice usage on the depth shot
wait,
there
no,
from
no,
Slark, in
no.
fairness.
Why
Like, it
did
kind
Sven,
of save his
like
life
he
at the very least,
blinked
but
Mask of Madness, but why didn't he just blink stun?
poor old Ember
He blink stuns,
just left inside the
you
cloud.
just hit him
waiting for
twice
death.
because he has the harpoon, they still
Yeah, what
die.
can they do?
You don't
Let's
need
see.
to pop Mask of Madness there.
There's a Tormentor here that's.
That was a
being,
really big
taken by
mistake by
Monkey. Oh my
Sven.
god.
Yeah, I did get stunned up, but it's not going to change anything here. They'll still be able to bring down 9 class, and they were doing the Tormentor
God
as well,
strength
so
going
some aren't
in,
that
but
healthy,
lasso
it's
and
Dude, Sven.
Sven's God strength is gone.
Sven, and he just hexed immediately by the Lion. Oh my god, he had his number, and then some.
That's game,
I mean,
I think.
really, dude, like,
No, he forgot to pop the BKB.
that's also another way of looking at it, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. He got hit by Pango, but the only reason he dies there is he forgot the BKB, and now he's dead for another minute.
Ouch.
If they wanted to, like, they could easily pressure this high ground. It is hard.
I mean,
right?
they
Like,
have
A
shit push.
and
That's
Ember
the only
probably
plus
best
here
to
that
be alive
Team
to
Sexy
defend
have.
this just by poking.
is that Navi Junior's push is just terrible.
Yeah, they're pretty annoying. They're pretty annoying. You've got those little vortex on the floor as well, which just do damage as well for some reason.
I think the only player on
Almost
Navi
like
Junior
even-
that I know is
It's
Days.
tricky. So yeah, they're actually going to respect this and not push the high ground, which is a little surprising, but I guess it makes sense.
Yep, getting
Probably for
ripped.
the best to be a bit more disciplined. Like so far, the most
10-2.
like, throwed games. that
NIP
I've
is
thrown
even
games
playing
that I've seen
CT
in the
side nuke.
qualifiers were all in situations
Oof.
such as this one. Like you're on high ground. Enemy
Oh,
team
Boom
is
Bitch just stopped
respawning.
fragging.
Instead of just
Nice.
waiting for them
Been
to
a while since,
respawn and waiting them outside, you try to push
And he
through.
had that whole,
fast, you
you
get
know,
punished.
Navi coked up girlfriend, or he was coked up. Something about Boomich.
Yeah, Navi Junior have certainly been down that path.
And a
before,
wife, I think it was.
as
The
every
queen
team has.
announces divorce
So,
after
Yeah, the question is like
4 years.
What
Oh,
do
4
they
months?
view as like the thing they need to do to catch out Team Sexy here? You know, what's been them winning them these fights recently? And I think last fight actually shouldn't have gone that well for them. It was,
Yeah, last.
the Sven had a great entry to the fight, and
Well,
if he'd have BKB, then he would have just cut down 2 heroes straight away.
What's crazy for me about that last fight is they knew exactly where Navi was, because Monkey died immediately, right? Like he was the one that jumped and broke the smoke, and then Sven still didn't pop the BKB. I guess it's just one of those things that happens. He wanted to min-max the situation, wait with the BKB until the right moment, and then got clipped by Rolling Thunder. So what they have to do, to answer your question, is they have to pop BKBs, use their items.
Radiant's top tower is
He-
under attack.
He is building towards Butterfly on Swan, so that's gonna kind of help versus Slark, who's basically just counting on
Ember
all
rip
of these
game.
small
What
little
does he
pesky
actually have
hits
on the
that
Ember?
Are gonna bring
BKB,
you down, bash you.
He
Take
has
your
3
stats.
items and none of
Butterfly
them are
really
big
helps against
items.
that.
Yeah, it's going to force the Slug into building an MKB at the very least, and that's not something
Yeah.
the Slug loves building. I mean, it's a bit of attack speed, but
It's just gonna be slow, right? Right now he's already queuing up different items. He had Refresher queued up, now he has Skadi.
Dire are scanning.
yeah, Refresher would have been interesting.
It's pretty good, right? Like having double BKBs, because all you need is to hit heroes, and Refresher enables you to do exactly that, because you don't have to be afraid. You have 2 Shadow Dances, 2 Depth Shrouds.
14k net worth lead for
Yeah, that's
Navi
true.
Junior.
We've talked about how important it is to wait out this BKB, and if the fights go correctly, for
It
Team
has been
Sexy,
a while
then that's
since
exactly what
Sexy got a
you'll
kill.
need to do. Is kite out the BKB, and what better way to do it with 2 Death
36
Shrouds and
minutes.
2 ultis? So,
Pure
As long as you don't get
garbage
cleaved,
ever
right?
seen.
Like that's the only thing.
yeah. But then at some point in the game, you
What,
still
you
have
mean
to
the
go and
Ember
kill
or
the
this
Sven as
game?
a Slug. You
'Cause this
still have
game's
to go
actually
and do
not
it,
that
and with the
bad.
Refresher,
I'm
if
actually
this guy's
enjoying
got,
this
like,
game.
Butterfly or keeps
I
going
have
for
seen
items
some
like that.
super
So
shitty
you
games
can't
this
ignore
batch.
him,
Like
like
NA.
we do to all our problems, no?
Most of the
Top lane twin
games
gates
that
are used, seems like.
Nouns played was actually really terrible
Look,
and
I'd love it if
boring.
my problems jumped into a fight without BKB.
Like
but
they ended really hype
unfortunately, well,
Sven,
because of the way that they played, but it was like 50 minutes of nothing happening, and then they fight for the last 10 minutes. But that's kind of this batch. I'm wondering how EU is going to do, Western EU is going to do. China does the same as well.
nice bounce on Ember.
Yep.
That's
That's
he knows it's over.
horrid
as
team
every
fight.
single one of his teammates is dead. And Navi Junior once again finding
Team
the
Sexy
perfect
might
angle
just
of
be
initiation
eliminated.
through that twin gate.
Oof.
Yeah, they doomed the Sven, and yeah, you can doom the Sven. He still can't pop the BKB, he doesn't mute any longer, right? So he pops the BKB, but then what happens after the BKB is gone? He cancan't join the fights anymore. There's way too much
Are
control.
you, man?
The
I'm
Pango,
kind
the
of tired.
Lion,
Not gonna
on
lie, I
his
went to
own
the
will
gym
just
this
control you out of your mind.
morning, afternoon.
Yeah, like,
And now
another
it's like
amazing
weighing
fight
on
by
my
Navi.
shoulders. That's why I'm hunched over.
And they're just gonna push high ground this time around the tower.
I'm
I
also
believe
wrong
should
about this
fall.
game.
A's up in 10 seconds.
I was
and
right about
that's
the
just
previous
not
one,
fast
but wrong
enough.
about this game.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah, they'll have the secondary fortified to try and delay
I didn't
things if they want to.
expect Navi Junior to
But they don't want to. Just let it go. Save it for the next
beat
one, I
the
guess.
crap out of Team 6.
Still 20 seconds on Ember, still 20 seconds on Razor. I mean, they don't leave.
Last, so
Stack's not gonna last forever.
I mean,
Lasso
to
out
be
onto
fair,
the
it's
A,
Sports
though.
Reported,
That's
but
a
still.
good pick-off. He does have a buyback. Should probably use it in about 10 seconds time when these other heroes are back. Now this fortify
Yeah.
might just cause Navi Junior to leave.
they might leave because of the fortify as soon as Ember respawns, and also because Roche can be up right now. So at this point, do you really want to test your luck and see if you're able to fight with half of your HP on multiple heroes? No. Just move back, wait for Roche to actually be up.
You
and
still
fight
have a
around
Sven,
bit.
so if they group up, you can all go ham with like a. If you have
That's
a
how they do it.
5-man
Get the vision
leave,
up as well. We've seen this be
Sven
so important.
double
If you
crit,
have the vision
you
on
wipe
Sven
the enemy
before he
team.
can engage, then obviously you can
but
go for
again,
Doom,
that's
and then
like a
all your problems
wishful
are gone.
Yeah, I
thinking.
feel
Everything is
like,
perfect
unfortunately for
scenario.
Sven, his item timings are still amazing. He still has a ton of farm, but it's nowhere nearly as scary as it used to be. They just found the right control now.
Radiant are scanning.
The Skadi on Slark also completed.
Lasso out onto the Monkey King. Sven trying to follow up as well. Trying to
Oh,
bring down these heroes.
they find
And,
the bat.
there's 9 class. But Doom is out on the Sven, but he's also got up the Ghost Strength and the BKB.
Doom
But Slark is still just trying to cut him up.
is
regardless. Stuns out
the
another
non-healing
BKB.
Doom is
They bring
actually
down the
such
big
a
boy.
pain to
Immediate
deal
buyback
with.
Coming out from the Sven here. They know how important this fight is going to be. PMA is going to get brought down by Nefrit inside that Wukong's command as well.
Double
And Navi
buyback
Junior
on the
then
Radiant
wants to make
side,
a call
only
to
one
back
on the
themselves
Dire.
away from this area, but they can't back out of this fight entirely because they will give up Roche. But
Yeah,
then
they
again,
just doomed
they haven't
Sven.
really given a shit
Satanic
about
is
that all game
useless
anyway.
at that point.
Yeah, they
You might need to
absolutely
get
don't
like a
care about
Lincoln.
Roshan,
Do
but,
they even have
don't
Lotus
have
and
buyback
Lincolns
on
this
Doom,
game?
and there's no buyback on Ember. Ember, however, will respawn in 40 seconds. So if they could force
Like,
a fight
look, what
before
the
that,
fuck is this monkey's build? He's got a
it
solar
doesn't look like
crest.
they
That is the
really give a
monkey's
hoot, like you
farm
just said.
after 41 minutes. Solar crest.
It's amazing how little of the shit they give about Roshan. Like, surely you come back in for this one.
Yeah, they're about to get level
What's his
25
net
on
worth?
Slark. That's where it's at.
Which town is at the
7.6k net
Yeah, that's
worth.
the one. Just keep them in forever. 50 seconds basically.
Like, if he has a
feels
Lotus, he
like
kind of
forever.
turns a
Ryan
lot of
goes
fights
in.
around.
He certainly is.
Just
not
for
sure he
having a
wants to be
Lotus,
though.
because
That
you
Zero
spell
Blade
reflect
plus double
everything
full
from
stop
the
is
line
gonna keep
pretty
him
much.
alive. Really trying to
Lasso,
push the Joe. Won't be able
Doom.
to find him on the backlines. 9class might give his life for that one though, as the slug gets upon him immediately and just starts ripping through this monkey's
Ooh,
defenses
that's
and will
Sven.
get killed off. But Daze does get brought down on the sidelines as well by Hesu, who pops that God
Daze is
Strength
a
here.
dieback.
Now, Roshan is up, so the God Strength does have a secondary use here, which is why
If
he's
they get
happy
this
to
roast,
pop
they
it
get
so
a free
freely.
axe. You get a
And
free
now gets into
axe,
that pit and starts
you
going
get
to town on the
Superman.
big boy.
Nomad, guess what? They're not contesting Roche again.
Because I've strike two different. Oh,
Again,
it's still the
not
same.
happening. They're
Don't give it
leaving
to Ember because he's useless
Lion even
anyway. Don't give it
TP'd
to
top and he
AA.
was ready to
Actually,
use the twin
is that?
blade, but someone made a call. They
Don't
moved
give it
out.
to AA.
And they lost the bad
Don't give it
rider.
to
He
Monkey.
doesn't
So it's
have a
either
buyback,
Sven
and
or
he's still
Razor.
Down for a really long time. I like that they attempted to take
Please
that
don't give
fight
it to
before
Ember. He's
respawns.
already
Because
useless.
if you win that fight, then perhaps you can actually defend
I mean,
Roshan,
technically his
but
net worth jumps up significantly because of
they
it.
didn't win it, unfortunately, for them, so.
If he uses it. Yeah, he does.
Aegis, cheese, and eggs. Who got the eggs?
Ember.
It's the Ember, right?
Ember.
Yeah, they gave it to
Yeah.
Ember. And cheese as well.
Yeah,
Now
really
he's
great
gonna
target
just jump
to,
around the
to
fight
give
and
us open
do
him
still
to.
nothing.
Under attack.
Superman Sven probably not super valuable.
I don't know why this game feels...
Dude, Superman Sven's amazing
it doesn't
because
feel like we're already in 43 minutes. It feels faster
you can
than
toggle
that, I
it.
guess. It's
Sven
very
does not
interesting.
travel
There's
if
just
you
way
alt.
too many plays
And it
happening on the
applies a
map.
basic
It's
dispel on the
constant
target.
brawling.
Especially that basic dispel is kind of nutty if you're up against
Yeah, there's constantly things going on. It's been
Glimmer
no
and
downtime really.
Ghost
Both these
Scepter
teams have been playing pretty damn fast.
to have.
Yeah, is there a smoke happening?
Wait.
I feel like Radiant might do it after the deward though. If they don't deward the cliff, yeah, they will, of course.
Can we cast on invulnerable targets?
And of course, you know, considering how fast and how confidently these
What do
two
they
teams are
mean with
playing,
invulnerable
it's kind of
targets?
surprising because this is a lower bracket TI qualification game. If you lose this, you just
Do they
you're
mean
done.
like
Dead. And then,
targets
but
that have
both
ghost
teams playing with
sceptered
a lot of
or
confidence, you know,
BKB
they're making the
targets?
plays, they're making the calls, they're going at each other.
You can
Good to
always
see.
use it on
Neither
BKB
of these
targets.
teams could be
This
they'd be
fast.
called.
Did
by
they
their
just
playing
not
this too,
change
so
it?
What's
maybe Navi Junior and they're not caring about.
Or are
British,
they
but
talking
yeah,
about
seems more like
when
a strategy
you
thing.
like
Yeah, what's really nice about this last game is that both the drafts are also
Have,
very similar, so both
like
teams
the
have
tier say a
pretty
5
decent
item,
good win
the
condition.
invulnerable
In
thing,
the last
the
two
Book of
games, one
Shadows.
team just had an obviously stronger draft, and then they just ran with the game. But this one much closer, even though Navi is 20k ahead.
Slark going
it
for the
doesn't feel like
refresher.
the game is completely in their control.
Double ulti, double
Yep.
smoke,
Yeah, it's gonna
screen
be
thingamajig.
interesting to watch. And as the observer's pointing out as well,
That room's
do
actually
now
ahead
have
of
that 25
OG's
talent, which
such
applies
a
the mute,
mad lineup at
which
the
means when
moment.
he uses it on spend, does that mean he doesn't get great
It's
cleave
actually
anymore?
horrid.
He can't use items anymore. That's what it means.
Oh right, oh yeah. that's
Old
great.
OG
Yeah,
with
okay,
like
you observe.
Yeah.
ghost things.
Interesting. Why do you go for the mute
I'm
talent
talking
then?
about CSGO, by the way.
Sorry, what?
Why
not
do you
Dota.
go for the mute talent over the break talent?
I mean,
Okay.
if you doom him, Sven can't use BKB. I guess Satanic as well. You know, it's pretty important.
Dude, Satanic
I
is
would
useless
say.
if he's doomed
But
because he already can't heal
the
from
other
it.
thing is also
That's so
decent, I
weird.
guess, but this one is just much better. They do have a double damage on Slark, even though they're playing into Aegis and Cheese. That double damage is bottled.
That's weird.
so
Like,
they can move across the map, use it exactly.
I guess
for
the only
fight.
thing he he
And
can use
the way
he
they're
can't use
drawing, they're gonna
BKB then
run into
and
this
harpoon.
monkey.
Yep, and they do see him here, so he's just immediately engaging here, but the L disc of the background is going to keep him perfectly fine. And now Sven, he's in trouble. He can't use anything here, and he's just being brought down. This is just a dead Sven with no buyback. Oh, sorry, he's got Aegis, of course. Meanwhile, on the back lines...
Oh, he
Aegis
doesn't
gonna
have
pick up
buyback,
by
so
Mirage,
technically no
he's gonna
match,
back
you
for
were
round
right.
two, but no God strength available, of course, on that second life.
A 1-for-1
Navi
trade.
Junior with a double damage on the Slark.
Again, the
can
bat that gets
easily
smacked.
just kind of continue to choke out and to keep control of this game.
Two
Yeah,
and
I'm
a
not
half
sure
more
there-
minutes
there's no
for
God
buyback
strength,
on
and
Sven.
because of that,
They kind of need to
Radiant
hold
isn't
their
fighting,
base until
but on
then.
the other side,
Or,
if you
well,
don't have
they
Doom, you
probably-
don't have Batrider, like if your team's sexy,
Need to
the
hold their
moment you
base
have
until
God
the end of
strength, you're
times.
probably trying to make a play, because Batrider won't be around in those 15-20 seconds. So you actually have some downtime to play around.
Amazing what you found laying around.
And this Sven, he needs a way into these fights. This is dangerous as well, just going for these catapults.
Oh.
Good lord.
That extension makes the stream lag.
He's got Lincolns upon him. He's got double Lincolns, I
Or
guess.
at least
so
that
helps.
I think
We were
that's the
talking
case
about
for me.
confidence. They have a lot
Maybe I
of
lag.
it on both sides. Like you can see the way they're playing. I feel like still.
Hey, they have a Lotus.
Navi, they have proven that they can kill off the cores that they want to kill, right? Like they've killed the
AA
Emperor,
has
so
a
they can stun
Lotus.
as well.
He still only has a
Meanwhile,
fucking
for
solo
Team
crest
Nats,
and
they still
shard.
didn't really find a way to kill anyone, like Pango or Slark. These two just cover each other. Either a Rolling Thunder on one side or Depth Shroud on the other.
Now you got to deal with double BKB, double
that's
Death
true.
Shroud,
It's
double
a lot of kind of. It's not even synergy. It's just
what's it
good
called?
spells in the long game,
double
which can
Shadow Dance.
work together nicely.
Just easier to execute, plus the itemization. You have
Yeah.
two-way on discs, right? On Doom
Oh,
and
Monkey
on
Hill
Bat,
says
so you
in
can't even
Lotus
kill
now.
those in one go.
Hog.
If you go for them, they just counterplay you.
Radiant's bottom
And all three
But they are
cores
in a bad
of
position right now, I feel
Team
like.
Sexy have
inside Navi.
Lincolnses. They
Or
can't
at
stack
least
Lincolnses
The high
anymore.
ground that Radiant is
They
holding
just-
looks very nice.
Overtake each other's buffs.
Yeah, this could be the opportunity they're looking for. In comes a Slark straight away, just looking for the Razor straight off the bat. Pangolin is going to the backline.
Hey,
trying
on
to
this
trap the
troll
A,
getting
stop him
popped.
Getting off this ultimate onto the Slark, which is so damn important. Might be able to get it down now, and yep, does just about clip it. But look at the Sven Hex.
Sven
Take
dead.
it down once again.
25
Hex is
until
out
he
of
has
the fight,
buyback.
out of the game for 120 seconds, and now they can just work on the rest of the team, and it should be an easy cleanup for NAVI Junior as they most likely take this game here.
That is very likely game.
Trying his best to get out of this one, but that is not going to happen. And with only 2 heroes of buybacks available in time side of Team Sexy, they can just drive the dagger down into Team Sexy now.
Yeah, they've got 2 buybacks, but the throne is pretty much open. 3 buybacks. Okay, Sven has it, but no God Strength for 30 more seconds.
Well, they came back quick.
Okay, maybe the game isn't over just yet.
They don't even get, yeah, they didn't get a single kill.
They will
Aim discs all over the place.
hold.
Hold. Another 10 minutes to go yet. That's what the script says anyway. Don't know what yours says.
Yeah, we need those tier 5 items as well, right? Like.
Yeah. The Valve development team didn't spend that long working on those for them to never appear in competitive.
Exactly. We all got the memo from Gaben. Every 4th game needs to go 15 minutes at least.
NAVI Junior, is it time to force it? I don't think so. I think it's finally time for them to head towards the forbidden area.
The Roshan pit.
All rogues live.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to them.
Who's
in the
actually
pit. What
casting South
traumatic
America?
event
I saw.
that they don't
I
want to
heard
approach
Moxie
it.
is casting SA.
Yeah. Who knows?
And is the other breaking?
To speculate on what happened between them and
Who's
Roshan in the
Moxie
past.
casting with? If you have watched South America, that is.
Are scanning.
Maybe we'll see why. Maybe this Roche fight is just going to be the absolute end of NAVI Junior. The shock comeback for Team Sexy.
40k. It's gonna be one big ass shock. Roche may respawn in 15 seconds. Let's see. Right now, Team Sexy, they're just not in the position to contest it. Mid lane is also pushing in, so top lane too. These 2 side lanes with super creeps are just giving way too much info. It's very easy for Navi to set up the fight.
Am I hearing a baby?
Oh, poor doggy.
Oh,
Team
that's a
Sexy fan,
dog.
I guess.
Yeah, he is. He heard me talking badly about them and he's very sad.
Yeah, I get that.
I did not know if that was a
Alright,
baby or
1
a
minute
dog.
until Roche is up. Plenty of time to set up, get control of this bottom side of the map. Make sure there's absolutely no chance the Team Sexy can
Oh,
come running
Line's
down this bottom lane and
25.
contest.
Does he have
I think
AoE
they
hacks
have to,
or?
though. I haven't been able to kill the slug for a very long
Yeah,
time.
the other one's shit.
They will approach them right now. Yeah, smoke. It's a nice wrap.
The exact same one they did before. But we said it was a good spot then. We say it's a good spot.
It's still a good spot. It's still a good spot, man. I'm sticking by it.
Oh, they're going for the twin gate setup. That'd be hype. But their base is going to get flooded. They haven't really shoved the waves out very far because they can't.
They're gonna find a gem on the ground.
Roche
Nice
can
little
be
one.
up. It's
Neat.
4th
When
row.
did they see the gem being picked up? That's the question.
Let's see, Pango.
Bro.
You seem to know something's up. Oh, the bash is up, and that's going to allow him to
Bro.
Now in trouble. The Doom is out onto himself. and,
9 class.
well, it's going to be another
Bro.
They're looking for more. Razor's going to
GG.
target, and there
They
it
call it.
come out. They know what was
Like,
in
they
the
were
cards
done.
there.
The game was
They
already
knew
over,
and
but-
that's it. And oh no, don't tip him. Come on, guys. You just eliminated from
Bro,
the TI qualifier.
that was like
Don't
the
tip him
ultimate
as well,
bruh
but
moment.
Great performance from Navi Junior in this series. They take it 2-1, Lizard.
Yeah, really nicely done series.
Such a bro moment. Holy potatoes. Team Sexy eliminated. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna chill now. I'm gonna be. Why is this thing going wild? I'm gonna be playing a game of CS with friends, and then I'm make dinner, eat dinner, clean my. I think I'm gonna clean my room and do all the shit that I have been. Like, my room's a mess. Like that I've been holding off for quite some time, so I'll hopefully get that done. And yeah, I'm gonna be
Miss
chilling for the
initiations
rest of
from
the
him.
day. So
And-
have a wonderful day, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for watching. I should start Baldur's Gate 3 in the next couple of days. I don't know exactly when. I mean, tomorrow probably has some good matches, right? For like First Pro Navi is a good one. Maybe I'll do that series. No, maybe I'll do that series and then afterwards I'll do the Baldur's Gate. Okay. What do you want to see? Is the draft live? Balrogs versus Lava. Lava, game 1. Have a wonderful evening.